Alright, so today I found a very heartwarming video. It's basically the media trying to, I guess, put their little propaganda and manipulate a rapper. His name's Lil Wayne. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who Lil Wayne is. I mean, God, it's Lil Wayne. I know who he is. I could care. I don't. I like his music. I'm not the biggest fan in the world, but I found a new level of respect for this man, and he is a open-minded person, and I like that about people. I don't like people, just going in these little echo chamber rooms and just repeating and regurgitating what other people say and other bigger media and bigger outlets say about, political things or just anything that's controversial in general. Anyways, we're gonna take a look at this video, and it's basically the media. I forgot. I don't even know which one it was called. They're interviewing Lil Wayne, and they were basically brought up the question is how did he feel about Colin Kaepernick's little stunt. If you guys don't know what that is, that's basically whenever he Colin Kaepernick, the 49ers quarterback, whoever the hell that guy is. I don't really remember. Honestly, I don't watch football a lot, but when he didn't stand up for the national anthem because of the Black Lives Matter thing, I have nothing to say about that. I mean, that's what he wanted to do, and he did it, and he got his message across, and it's good for him. It's a peaceful protest, but the thing we're focusing on is what the media tries to do to Lil Wayne and basically manipulate him and kind of make him say what they want him to say, not what he wants to say, but what they want him to say, basically. So we're gonna have a look at that.
Kaepernick's protests?
Um, yeah, going right back again to this man, man. It's a man and his decisions, man. Respect the man and his decision. That's all I can do. I have no opinion on it because the things that's I mean I'm not into it enough to even give an opinion. So when he did it, I really didn't even know what. Somebody had to tell me why he was doing it. That's how much I didn't know what was going on, and I kind of still don't. So somebody had to explain to me like, "Yo, he kneeling because of the Black Lives Matter thing and because of and all that wave or whatever. That whole wave just went by me too fast for me even try to even give an opinion. So I just was like, oh, okay.
Disclaimer. Sorry if this is a little old. I know this happened a while back, but I've seen this video numerous times, and I just had to make a video of it. So basically, we open up with Lil Wayne here. He's at this interview for, I believe it's Undisputed. I'm not familiar with the news source or the media outlet, but they're trying to get Lil Wayne to say America's dealing with some sort of race issue that they're bringing up to him, and they bring him to the attention of Colin Kaepernick and all of that. He dealt with that very professionally. He said he respects the man and his decisions, just like how it's that guy. He protested for what he believed in. It was peaceful. There was no negative thing or no physically negative thing, I should say. And I like how Lil Wayne points that out. Like, he respects it. He doesn't really understand it, but he respects it, and he has no word to put into it because he's not familiar with the whole BLM, Black Lives Matter thing. So I have to give him props for that. He really dealt with that very professionally. Honestly, give him props for that one.
What's happening?
So you're a deep thinker in these issues.
Mhm.
So step back from all of it. I know this is a very broad question, but where are we in the United States of America in race relations and what you see from day to day in your life?
Skip, they wouldn't want to ask me that. They wouldn't want my answer to represent it because God knows I have been nothing but blessed. My whole path, these 33 years have been nothing but a blessing. I have never, never is a strong word. I've never dealt with racism, and I'm glad I didn't have to. And I don't know if it's because of my blessings. I don't know if it is my reality. So I would have to say not only did I thought it was over, I still believe it's over, but obviously it isn't.
So you've never experienced any offensive behavior from any other color or?
No, sir.
Wow.
But
You are blessed.
But you see what's going on even in your city, New Orleans, with
Yeah.
Alton Sterling.
Yeah.
During Katrina, the
Yeah.
officers that killed those and ended up in jail. So
Yeah.
I know you say you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
But you see some
Well,
of
I
the
see
things
it. I
that
see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. As far as an opinion on what's going on, I mean, of course, we all want somebody to figure out what's going on first and then put a stop to it, or try to put a stop to it. Everybody come together and figure something out, and maybe just coming together is the solution. But we'd have to do that first. And obviously we have a bunch of differences. People feeling this way, people feeling that way. When you come to a person like me, my answer is always the same, man. My politics, my flag, my country, my nation, my world, all that is Regine, Cameron, Neil, and his brother, Tony. That's it. That's my nation, that's my flag, that's my world, that's my protest, that's my don't protest, that's my everything. That's all that matters, those 4 kids to me.
Also would like to add, I like how Lil Wayne here, he doesn't totally deny racism. He knows there's some, bits of racism out there, and in all reality there's always going to be someone racist. And it doesn't matter what ethnicity they are, but there's just always someone who's going to be racist towards another race. Doesn't matter what ethnicity they are or their beliefs. It's just how it is. He doesn't deny that. He goes on and says, even though he lives in, America and all that, and people who are nationalists and people who are anti-nationalists don't like this, don't like that, agree with this and don't agree with this, he basically says, all that matters to him is the 4 kids he listed, and just being a great role model about that. That's, as a rapper, that kind of surprises me. He must really care about kids, these kids that are in his life that are most dear to him, and that's all that matters to him, and I respect him for that as well. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
So go one level deeper with me. I remember one time I saw you after you had done a concert, I think it was in Westchester, different kind of neighborhood, but I asked you what the racial breakdown was of your audience. Do you remember this? And you told me the only black face you could see in the whole audience was your makeup artist. I believe that's what you said, and she was in the front row, right? A lot of white kids love rap.
Yes.
Explain that. What does that say to you? What's the message of it? What's the bigger picture of it?
I don't want to be bashed because I don't want to sound like I'm on the wrong if there is a side, but I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism. That's what I thought that was.
Okay,
That was a perfect example. When I look out and I come up off the stage, when I'm coming out the bottom of the stage of my show, when I'm on tour, and I'm in my stance or whatever, and I open my eyes and I see everybody. I don't have this type of crowd or that type of crowd. My crowd has always been everybody, thank God. And that's all I can answer for. So.
Do you think the younger generation, the millennials, do you think they're moving a little further away from the racism as opposed to where it used to be?
It's not cool to them.
Right.
It's not cool to them. It don't matter to them. And when it's so not cool that it doesn't even matter to them. They're like, what? He's what? They're like, what happened? And that's their response. That's the millennials' response.
But could it be that you're a musician, and obviously as an ex-professional athlete or as an entertainer, do you think they treat you differently? Although you are black, you are a prominent figure in the black community. Could that be?
That's why I said I'm sure it may be because of my blessings.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why my path has been different.
Right.
But I'm be first the one to say I'm sure that it has a lot to do with it, but it also is the person that I am. I believe strongly that it's the person that I am.
You treat people a certain way.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's one of the most important parts of this video, towards the peak of this video. He says, he he has some faith. He's because of his blessings, he doesn't deal with racism. And I'm glad, he's sharing that. He's giving his opinion. Being truthful to himself and to the audience and whoever is watching. That's a good thing to have faith. And I like that about him. Also, one of the things I strongly agree with Lil Wayne here is when he says the reason he also doesn't believe he deals with racism or believes in racism because of the kind of person he is. He doesn't focus on that kind of part of the world. He doesn't involve himself in the racism act and racism propaganda, all this nonsense. He believes he's as long as he's a good person, people are gonna treat him right. That doesn't matter who or what race you are. Most people aren't racist. Just saying. There are racist people, like I said. There is gonna be that select few, and it's not just white people. It's not just it's not a specific race. It's a group of people. It doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. They all have one thing in common, is that they believe in racism. They only believe in their race or ethnicity as overcoming to others, and that's how it is. But he's a great person. He says the kind of person he is. He doesn't have to deal with it, and I strongly agree with that. I mean, thumbs up to Lil Wayne on that one, man. I haven't heard really celebrities talk about stuff like that in a long time, or if I'm missing something. But I totally agree with that. All right, let's keep going.
Like I said, Wayne, I commend you. I'm glad you're speaking. You're not embellishing a story. Being from New Orleans, experiencing what you've been able to experience. I remember reading where you say you accidentally shot yourself, but racism is real. He knows it's real, although he hasn't experienced it.
With that said, that night, that day,
Yeah.
that I shot myself, the police, I was the only person in the house.
Right.
Police came through there. They knocked the doors down. I was on the floor.
Right.
They jumped over. They all hopped over me and looking for the drugs and looking for this and that. It was a white police that came, ran up there and stopped and said, "What the are y'all doing? Do y'all not see this baby on the floor?" And they said, "We called the ambulance. The ambulance." Say, "Ambulance, he has a hole in his chest." He picked me up. He brought me to the hospital himself. He was white.
Alright, now the heartwarming. In conclusion, in the end, racism is one of those things where it's kind of just thrown around. I mean, we focus so much on a problem that really isn't a problem, but people seem to think that it is, and it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, honestly, if you were to be, pessimistic about things, you'd bring all this racism, make people feel shitty and say, white people are racist and all this. And then it goes both ways. Even people who are white and they say, no, black people are racist. It's being pessimistic. It's not being optimism at all. And I like how heartwarming, there's a lot, he's an African-American black guy. Even though there was, police invaded his house and looking for drugs and all that, like he said, it was a white guy, a white police officer who helped him when he was almost dying, bleeding out on the floor, and took him to the hospital. It's honestly just heartwarming. Not everyone's bad out there. As much as they think they are, not everyone is. Yes, there's going to be hate groups and all that, but we can overcome it. I'm not saying exactly how, but there is ways to to look past some things like that. But there is other things, you just can't overcome, some things going on down in Europe and all that. That's another story. But I just like how Lil Wayne, he denies it. He's not brainwashed by the media like a lot of people are. And I like that about him. He's an open-minded thinker. And that's the person who I want to be too. I kind of look up to Lil Wayne for this. Anyways, I'm glad he said that. I'm glad he gave his opinion and he wasn't, brainwashed and being controlled like a puppet. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys liked it, go ahead and I'll put a link for the original video in the description so you guys can watch it, have a look for yourself. But I enjoyed it. Anyways, see you guys later. Peace.